Okay, here I am in hydrogen 0.9.4. It's a little bit newer than my previous tutorials. Basically the same thing. Things have been moved around a little bit, but if you've followed my previous tutorials, most things are in the same spot. We're going to go over today creating your own custom drum kits, and I'm also going to show you that Drumkit importer has been moved, but that'll be part of this tutorial, and that's really the major thing that I see changed other than things being just moved around. Before we used to go up, right now we're at our default setup with our default instruments, our default drum kit. It used to come up here, I think it was under instruments, you could go to drum kit manager and import a drum kit. Now it's actually over here you have instrument, which we're on, and sound library. If we go to sound library, there is a list of all your drum kits that you have currently installed. You can expand them and see all the instruments in them. Double click to hear what each individual instrument sound like. Now if I want just to pull in like this one little bongo, I can just grab it and drag it over, and now it's added to this drum kit. If I want to import or load this entire drum kit, I just right click and I'll say load, and it loaded that drum kit over here. So now to create your own drum kit, I'm going to go up to project. I'll just say new, and I'll discard this one. We're back to our default setup here. I'm going to go up to instruments and I'm going to clear all. That gives us instrument spaces, but there's no sounds on any of them, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to create our own sounds here. I'm going to go back. Right now we're in sound library over here. I'm going to choose instrument, and here's our instrument settings. We're under general here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to layers, and I'm going to click load layer, then navigate to where you have sounds recorded that you want to load. Here are a few I recorded. Here's a snare. I can choose it and press play to hear what it sounds like. Now I am going to also check this box, which will just rename instrument 1 to whatever this file name is, which is snare 2. I'll click open, and you can hear what it sounds like. I'm going to click on instrument 2 here. I'm going to load a layer, and I'm going to choose one of these cymbal sounds. And I am going to once again rename that instrument to the name of the file. You don't have to do that, but that's just how I'm doing it. And I will fill the notes, randomize the velocity, and I'll press play. And to show you, it doesn't just have to be drum sounds. You can import any sound you have a recording of. I'll choose instrument 3 here. I'll go to load layer. I'll go to another folder here called Jen, which is my wife, and I have a little la sound she recorded. La. And I will open that one. La. And I'm going to adjust some things. I'm going to raise the pitch here. And I'm going to turn the gain down, which is like turning down the volume. And I'll press play here. I have a nice little drum beat that we created the kit for. Now, if we just want to export this kit so we can use it in later projects or share it with other people, I am just going to go up to Instruments, and I'll say Save Library. And I'll call it New Drum Kit 1. Author would be me, MetalX1000. License, I can say Creative Commons. I'd probably want to give more information on exactly which Creative Commons license I'm really releasing it under. I could probably do that in that line or in this information box. In the information box, I am going to give my website, and I will save it. Now, if we create a new project, you see it goes back to the defaults, but I can come over here to Sound Library. And you see down here at the bottom it says User Drum Kits, and here are a few drum kits I made. They're actually all the same. The first two were just tests before I recorded this video. But here's our new drum kit. Once again, we can see the individual instruments, and we can drag them over if I want to add them individually, or I can say right click and load, and there's our drum kit. Now, if we wanted to put that in a specific folder and then share it online, another way we can do, I have this sound kit loaded. I can go Instruments, I can go Export Library. It's going to ask you to choose a folder to save it in. I'm just going to create a folder here called drums, and it asks you to choose which drum kit you have on your system you want to export to there. I'll just choose our new drum kit 1, and I'll export it. Click OK. And you can close this window. Now, if I go to my home folder here, I can go home folder. Actually, it's under test drums. This is where I save it to. There's Drumkit, and I can upload that to a website and share it. And other people can, in Hydrogen, go to instruments, and they can import the library, and they can, here you can download a list, update a list. These are ones that are available from the Hydrogen website. You can see the Hydrogen list here. If we want to load a local file, like the one we just created, I just go local file, browse. I'll go to the folder that is saved in, and I'll import it. Install. And it's been imported, and we should be good to go. It should show up in our sound libraries over here. So that is how you create your own drum kit for Hydrogen. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you visit filmsbychris.com for more video tutorials like this. Have a great day.